Hi, and welcome back to Early Years Explorers, the podcast where we dive into the joys, challenges, and little victories of early childhood education. I'm your host, Afaf Zaidan. I hope you had a restful summer because we're diving straight into the whirlwind of the first 6 weeks of preschool. I call this the crucial settling in period. And if you've ever been around 3 or 4-year-olds, you know it's a roller coaster of emotions. Excitement, nerves, happy tears, sad tears, and yes, the occasional full-blown running for the door escape attempt. This episode includes classics like snack time turning into a mini buffet, or parents camped outside the classroom window like it's a red carpet premiere. And I'll share strategies that actually work, from staggered starts to parent communication tips, sprinkled with real-life stories from my classroom. So grab a coffee, settle in, and let's get started. Hi, and thanks for joining me. So here's a question. Why 6 weeks? Why not 2 weeks? Why not a month? Why do these first weeks deserve so much attention? Here's the thing. Those first weeks are not just about survival. They're the foundation for the whole year. According to experts like Curtis and Carter, a gentle settling in period supports emotional security, which is the backbone for learning later on. When we give children time to settle, build relationships, and find their routine, they feel safer and more confident all year long. You see, children need time to build trust with their teachers and classmates. They're stepping into a whole new world, some for the very first time. This is a world they're unfamiliar with. They need to learn the rules of this new environment. Where the bathroom is, how to line up, when snack time happens. And yes, that this isn't just a one-time event. It's school and it happens every day. And every child reacts differently. One year I had a child who clutched his backpack like it was a life jacket on a sinking ship. He refused to put it down for anything, not playtime, not snack time, not even a story. And on the flip side of this, there's always that one child who comes in completely in check and completely enjoys the day and then realizes that this isn't just a one-time event. It's a reoccurring thing that happens every day. So the screaming and yelling happen 2 or 3 days later. Those first 6 weeks give children time to develop confidence, feel safe in their surroundings, and start forming relationships. Research in early childhood development shows that children who have this initial period of adjustment are more likely to engage positively with their peers, manage their emotions better, and take on new challenges with confidence throughout the year. So while 6 weeks might sound like a random number, it's really a thoughtful, research-backed period that sets children and teachers up for a successful year ahead. Now this brings us to the next segment. What does all this look like in reality? Well, there are many different strategies, and every school has its own rules, expectations, and resources. The key thing is to slow it down. Slow and steady really does win in the early years. At my current school, we follow a staggered approach, where for the first 3 weeks we ease children in with shorter days and gradually increasing the time by an hour each week before moving to a full day. By week 4, we're at full steam ahead. According to Curtis and Carter and other early childhood experts, a gradual increase in the school day allows children to build stamina, adapt emotionally, and develop confidence without overwhelming them. It also gives teachers time to form meaningful relationships with each child, observe their needs, and adjust support as necessary. The reality is, nobody wins if a 3-year-old is expected to do a full day on day 1 while kicking and screaming at the top of their lungs that they want to go home. Also, it's important to note that it's not just the children who benefit. Parents also get a chance to adjust to the new routine and don't feel like they're dropping their child into boot camp on day 1. They see their child gradually becoming confident, independent, and excited to come to school. Of course, this approach is definitely not the end-all or be-all of settling in. It might not work for every school. Some schools have different staffing, space, scheduling limitations, local policies that require full days from the start. In those cases, the principles still apply. Even if full days are unavoidable, you can incorporate slower transitions within the day, like extra circle time for emotional check-ins, calm arrival activities, or shorter transitions between play areas. The idea is always the same. Gradual, predictable, and supportive adjustments help everyone thrive. Now, this is the secret sauce. It's parent communication. Parent communication in those first 6 weeks is like oxygen. Without it, the whole process struggles. Depending on the apps your school uses, you could be using things like Class Dojo, Seesaw, Tapestry, Daily Connect, or any others. Sending daily updates makes a huge difference. These updates can include photos, short notes about the day, and small reminders. And always keep it simple. Like, today we painted and sang the hello song, or don't forget to send an extra set of clothes with your child tomorrow. These little check-ins reassure parents and give them conversation starters at home. Like, tell me about the rainbow you painted today. Plus, it cuts down on those frantic, how's my child doing messages at 10 a.m. This practice of over-communication really does go a long way. Research from 0 to 3 shows that when parents have confidence in their child's teachers, children settle more quickly and feel safer in the classroom. It's a win-win. Parents feel included and informed, and children benefit from that sense of security. Think of it as a building bridge between home and school. The more consistent and transparent the communication is, the stronger that bridge gets, and the smoother the transition is for everyone. Now, snack time. Let's discuss snack time. Snack time in the first 6 weeks, well, let me just say it's an adventure. You'll see it all, from the grapes and cheese stick in a Ziploc bag to a spread that could feed the staff. One time, I had a child who brought in so much food, I thought we were catering for a school banquet. But here's the thing. Snack time is a crucial part of the day. From the very beginning, it sets the tone for routines, expectations, and independence. It's important to start the year by establishing what snack time looks like. Keeping it at the same time every day, letting children choose where to sit and who to sit with, and having clear steps for the process. There's a lot of learning packed into these 20 or 30 minutes. It's actually a learning lab. Washing hands before eating teaches hygiene and responsibility. Getting their bag, opening their snack box and packing it away builds independence and fine motor skills. Choosing where to sit and interacting with peers fosters social skills and decision-making. Practicing manners and sharing reinforces emotional regulation and cooperation. And yes, sometimes it's chaos, like the child who dropped milk and tried to clean it up with a tissue scrap the size of a postage stamp. But these are the moments where independence grows. Benjamin Nealon's research confirms that structured snack routines help children develop self-regulation, independence, and positive peer interactions. So yes, embrace the crumbs, because they're part of the process. Now, I call this one the Great Parent Window Watch. Parents, we love you. We really do. But sometimes the window watchers can be a little bit much. You know, the ones peeking through the glass, waving, or just standing outside the door like undercover agents, hoping to catch a glimpse of their child's every move. Yeah, you know the ones, because they happen every year. While it's completely natural for parents to feel anxious during these first few days and weeks, it makes it so much harder for children to settle. You see, children sense when their parent is lingering, and this makes the separation harder. That's why daily updates are so powerful. They reassure parents without physically hovering. This settling in period is for parents just as much as it is for the child. When parents feel confident in teachers, children settle faster and much more secure. It's all about the balance. keeping parents reassured while giving children the space to explore, play, and develop independence. I had a parent spend 10 minutes trying to wave goodbye to their child, only to see her turn around and tell her to go home because this is my school. It was disheartening for the parent, but pure preschool comedy gold for us. Now, building routines and comfort. Routines are the unsung heroes of early childhood education. Children really thrive when they know what's coming next. It makes them feel safe and in control in a world that's still pretty new to them. So start by greeting each child by name at the door. Let them put their bag away, drop their name tag in the attendance basket, and place their water bottle on the shelf. That little routine, it sets the tone for the whole day. And let me tell you, sometimes routines come with their own hilarious quirks, like the child who insisted on saying goodbye to every chair in the classroom before leaving. As quirky as it is, it's a reminder that routines help children feel seen and secure. Visual schedules are a huge help. Children can see what's coming next without having to ask a million questions. And songs like the Hello Song, or If You're Happy and You Know It, with silly actions, all help children feel safe and work wonders in those first few weeks. These small, predictable steps aren't just about keeping the day moving smoothly. Research shows us that routines like this help children feel secure, reduce anxiety, and build independence. So yes, it might feel repetitive to us as teachers, but to the children, it's everything. It's the foundation for them to feel confident, happy, and ready to explore. Now, here's the truth. Being an early years teacher is full on the best of days. But during the settling in period, it's something else. It's exhausting on a whole other level. You're juggling tears, hugs, spills, noise, and about 50 emotional check-in messages from parents all before 10 o'clock in the morning. Yes, it feels like you need a superhero level patience and maybe a helmet just to survive the first morning. My advice? Take little moments for yourself. A deep breath here, a sip of water there. Coffee totally counts, by the way. Celebrate every small win, even if it's just one child walking in without tears, or a child actually putting their bag away without a dramatic protest. Those are victories. Remember, you're not just an educator. You're an emotional anchor during this time and the calm in the storm. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Because the more grounded you are, the more secure the children will feel. So yes, breathe, sip that coffee, maybe sneak a chocolate bar. And remember, if you can get through the first 6 weeks, you are definitely an early years superhero. Thanks for tuning in to Early Years Explorers. Remember, these 6 weeks, they're not a sprint. They're a noisy, messy, wonderful journey that transforms unsure little humans into confident, curious learners. Until next time, trust the process. Take a deep breath and remember, you've got this.